Name is Muhammad Faiz Rahman. I am from class TB4A and here I am from group 5 of Introduction to Translation Studies. Okay, the research in translation studies is are there are various types of research that can be conducted by to developing deeper into translation process like strategies and problems, and the field of the translation studies also has different types of research approach and methodologies that are used to investigate and different aspects to in translation and interpretation, the interpretation process and practice and outcomes. In studying translation also, there are several types of research conducted to understand and analyze the process of translation and related phenomena. Next. Here are some common types of research translation study. In the field of translation study, various types of research approach and methodologies employed investigate different aspects of translation and interpreting process, practice, and outcomes. Here are some common types of research in translation studies. The first is there's descriptive research. Descriptive research, this type of research aims to describe and analyze translation phenomena and practice or process in the systematic objective manner. It focuses on the providing and detailed account of translation related user without necessarily and seeking to explain or evaluate them. And the second is there some case study research. Case studies involve in-depth analysis of specific translation or interpreting cases and research examiner and particularly translation or interpreting event like there is text or situation on to understand in unique characteristic and challenge and outcomes. Studies Case studies often involve a combination of qualitative and quantitative methods. The next is experimental research. The third is experimental research. Experimental research is involving designing and conducting controlled experiments and to investigate specific hypotheses or research questions related to translation research manipulative variables to test of effect of certain factors and translation process or outcomes, often using empirical data collection and statistical analysis. And the fourth is corpus-based research. Corpus-based research involves the analysis of large collection of translation texts. It's like corpora to exploit patterns, trends, and tendencies in translation. Research use spatial and software tools to research, compare and analysis translation data that and extracted from corpora, providing insight into translation norms and strategies and variation. The five is ethnographic research. Ethnographic research in translation study involves in field work and observation of translation and interpreting practice within their cultural, social, and institutional context. And for the sixth is there some research. Action research is a collaborative and participatory approach that involves working closely with translators. And then the interpreters or translation engines to identify and address specific challenge or issues practice. In that all for the types of research translation study. Next is their case study. Case study research in translation involves a detailed analysis of a very specific translation activity. And researchers study a particular case to understand the translation process for the strategies used, the challenge faced, and solution found. And researchers also examine a particular translation or interpreted event, text, or situation to understand in its unique characteristic, challenge, and outcomes. For example, is research might undertake a case study of the translation of a novel from the original language into a specific target or language and analysis the translation strategies used by the translator and evaluate in the research. Maybe enough for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.